Okay, welcome to the Scorched Earth, the sports podcast. And, man, Super Bowl, it's coming. 24 hours away. The biggest day in American sports. Tomorrow I'm going to have my final picks for the props. Tell you what, everybody out there, I think we all feel the same way. The line's moving. I did see a line today in Vegas. It was pick 'em. Philadelphia has a better team. They've got a better offensive line. They got a better defensive line. But at the end of the day, are you going to bet on Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni versus Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes? They're this close. They're this close to immortality, and there's just no way. I mean, Philadelphia might win. They might do this, but I think we all see how this is all going to play out. They're going to win the game, field goal, walk-off field goal, 3, 2, 1, something like that. I can't wait to watch the game, though. It's going to be exciting. Trump's going to be there. Taylor Swift's going to be there. Should be interesting, that's for sure. Trump's not even a sports fan. I know he goes to a lot of UFC, though. The biggest thing happening on Saturday, though, is the Dallas Mavericks are returning home after the Luka Doncic trade for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was introduced along with Caleb Martin and Max Christie on Friday to the Dallas press. Nico was not there. He already knew. I wonder if in the back of their mind they had any clue what kind of backlash they were going to get. I don't think they did. I really don't. It's just amazing to think that they couldn't have thought that, though. I mean, it'd be like Boston trading Larry Bird. Like, man, they're going to burn the town down. We've almost had that happen a couple times after these effing Yankees. Davis at the press conference said, "My job is to bring hope to the Mavs fans." My question would have been, are you bringing Giannis and you bringing Jason Tatum? Because that's about the only way that's going to happen. The rumor, now listen to this rumor, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense. And I'm not really getting deep into the conspiracy thing. But as a sports fan, don't you feel like San Antonio gave up more than the Lakers for De'Aaron Fox? I felt like Sacramento got a lot more. They got Zach LaVine, some picks, some ancillary pieces versus what Dallas got. And everybody was always wondering, why didn't they put it out there? I guess it's, Nico was just being Nico and he wanted Anthony Davis. But you wonder, why didn't he get the 2031 pick? And I am not a Rob Pelinka fan. I think he's a terrible GM. Being a Boston fan, I love the guy because I think he's just doing literally like this podcast, Scorched Earth. But why didn't they go out to the 2031 pick? And the rumor, and it makes a lot of sense, is that the Lakers were only going to give that up if they could talk to Luka and negotiate and see if he was willing to sign an extension. Now, at that point, things are going to leak out because Luka is going to leak it out to get the blowback so the trade doesn't happen and he can get the Supermax deal this summer. He lost $117 million by going to the Lakers. He could have got the Supermax and then got traded. He could have got all his money. Now he takes a big haircut here. Also, we had the Jimmy Butler trade. Goes to Golden State, gets another year on his contract, 2-year, $111 million deal. And Kevin Durant was supposedly going to go to Golden State, But he nixed that. He said, I don't want to go there, and everybody's wondering why. And honestly, it's pretty obvious why to me. I don't know Kevin Durant, but he's a great player. He's a team guy. He wants to ball. I was in San Francisco. I was working there for that entire season, 2019, when they went to the finals against Toronto. And I can tell you right now, when he wasn't playing in the finals and he had the hamstring, everybody was whispering, and I know this came out of management, that he really wasn't that hurt. He looked good in practice. That pressure was overwhelming. And he went out there, and what did he do? He blew out his Achilles. He straight did. He is never going to get that year back. I don't want to hear he got his money from Brooklyn. It doesn't matter. He isn't going to get that 2,500 points back that he would have had that year. That guy laid it on the line for Golden State, and they treated him like crap. Straight out. They were behind the campaign. Everybody's going to sit there, and Steve Kerr's going to smoke a joint and say, no, I had nothing to do with it. Bull. They were the ones whispering that, oh, he looks good in practice. He's, whatever. They didn't protect him. He went out there and blew his Achilles. At the end of his career, you can go ahead and add 2,500 points because that's what he gave up so he could play that game. And it didn't work out. And you sit there and go, well, who cares? Well, he just passed 30,000. What if he plays 4 more years? He might have got the 40,000. I mean, this guy at the end is going to look at his legacy and go, I could have been number 2 or I could have been number 3 in the all-time scoring list. That 2,500 points isn't coming back. It's not coming back. And he did it. In this world, we talk about, they only care about the money. There's a guy like Max Scherzer who laid it on the line for his team, and his team didn't give a F. They treated him like crap. Oh, don't worry, he's going to get paid. It's not about that. The guy just wanted to ball. And that team in that city put so much pressure on him, it was unconscionable. And I remember talking to Warriors fans, and they're like, oh, he looks good. All the reports are he's good. They knew he wasn't. Look, these guys make $40 million a year. You're telling me they can't do an MRI? You telling me they can't? I worked at SoFi Stadium. They have built-in MRI machines there. They just put them in there. This isn't like going to your HMO and waiting. They just go in there after the game. You're telling me they couldn't to get the best imaging on where his hamstring was? Yeah, right. Bunch of crap. KD, I don't blame you. I'd burn that town down because they treated you like crap. You brought them 2 titles. You were 2-time MVP, finals MVP. Yeah. No loyalty there from the team, but, nobody cares about that. Talking about pieces of garbage, let's get to Jake Paul. He is claiming that Canelo ducked him to sign the lucrative 4-fight deal with Riyadh Season. Yeah, right. Like I told you yesterday, I think Canelo is at the point in it. Canelo is very much cut in the way that Julio Cesar was. Julio Cesar fought everybody. He didn't duck anybody. That guy was an animal. Yeah, he kind of ducked Pernell Whitaker. Pernell fought him, beat him. He didn't get the decision. But Canelo is looking at his legacy, and he's always fought tough guys. He really has. And he wants to fight Terrence Crawford. He does. And Terrence Crawford is in bed with Riyadh Season. It's just a straight up. So Jake Paul, like a little bitch, says the truth is he could be bought. It's professional sports. Everybody's bought. Everybody's paid for. What do you think they're doing it for? A Nobel Peace Prize? Humanitarian awards? They're doing it for money and for legacy. And fighting Jake Paul is not going to do anything for Canelo's legacy. It isn't. Just like Mayweather's legacy isn't improved by fighting Conor McGregor. So we find out the details. We got to fight in May. I think it's going to be against Charlo. September 13th, will be in Vegas. I'm surprised it wasn't in Riyadh too, with Terrence Crawford. It is literally going to be the biggest fight since Pacquiao fought Mayweather. It is an earth-shattering fight. And I can't wait to see it. It is, I'm going to start saving my nickels and dimes so I can pay that pay-per-view. Also, Jake Paul is lucky he didn't get in the ring with Canelo, because Canelo would kill him. That left hook would just literally rip that guy's face off. 11-1, yeah, that's all great, Jake. You beat Mike Tyson, you're cute. This dude's a killer. This dude is straight up a killer. And man, you're lucky you didn't get in there. You are really lucky. Alashike from Riyadh Season said, Canelo only fights real fighters. Amen. That's what the guy's doing. You got to applaud him. He's fighting Charlo. He's going to fight Crawford. Probably going to have a rematch with Crawford, I would assume. The guy has fought a lot of monsters. He is truly the best fighter in the world. And to wrap up sports, St. John's on Friday night ran its win streak to 10 games, beating UConn 68-62. Rick Pitino seemed happy. Maybe he has another mistress. Maybe it's because of the 10-game win streak. I'm not sure. Jordan Spieth's in the hunt at the Waste Management. That really does seem like a good course for him. He took a couple months off to repair his wrist. I've always been a big Jordan Spieth fan, but I kind of wonder, did he hit his peak, and are we just going to see a guy who's top 20 in the world and not really in contention at majors? Yeah, he may pop up here and there, but I don't know. Doesn't really seem. Also, finally, and this kind of makes me happy, Tiger Woods committed to the Genesis Open. He is, I guess, the kind of co-host. It's not going to be in LA, so we don't have to worry about him driving his SUV off the road. Nice that he had lawyers who covered up all the toxicology reports on that. But you know what? When you're worth $1 billion, I guess you can get away with stuff. Just ask Trump. All right. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Leave your comments. I'll respond to them. And hey, Super Bowl tomorrow, baby. Super Bowl tomorrow. All right. Peace out.